Go the Rams. Bah!
Adelaide to bring it out from their own line. And met by some very willing Auckland defence. And pushed back a couple of metres. Kerrod Wallace just goes from dubbing half, picking up Darren Doherty. 25 metres out from his own line.
As now the Adelaide Rams make their way out onto Marathon Stadium for the first time.
Yes, that's right. It's grand final week in the NRL, and it's a very exciting time to be a rugby league fan, especially if you are a fan of the two teams that have made the 2024 NRL Telstra Premiership, and we'll talk more about that very shortly. It's a very hello. My name is Darren, and it's great to be with you for our last live podcast. We've still got one more podcast coming up on Monday instead of Tuesday next week. We'll have a grand final review, but this is our last live broadcast at our great venue sponsor down here at the BrewBoys, down here at 151 Regency Road, Croydon Park. And we must say a very, very big thank you to everyone involved at the BrewBoys Brewery for everything they've done for us this season. Alright, as I said, my name's Darren, and let's get right into the Rugby League Preliminary Finals. And it was no surprise in both preliminary finals. It was the Storm in the first game versus the Roosters, and the Storm 48-18. Let's hear the highlights from the first preliminary final in the NRL.
The grand final qualifier is underway. Enjoy the ride over the course of the next couple of hours on your home of finals footy, Nine's Wide World of Sports. And there's the first collision.
Let go, Ellie! Stand up, Cole.
Lindsay Collins hit hard and he's played the ball the wrong way. He's groggy here. Hang on, he's not in a good way, Lindsay Collins.
There's a penalty. There's a penalty, Salty.
Ooh.
Yeah, wait.
Okay, well, we've seen decisions
Nelson.
on these all year.
It's on report. Moderate force.
Wow.
No negation.
It is. 10 minutes in the sin bin, 18 seconds into the game, a sensation. 10 away from the line, 2 tackles left in this set for the Roosters. Keary kicking. Now,
Turn around, spun around, took him out.
taken out as he was chasing that
It's in
kick.
challenge.
Not a gimme. He's been striking them really well, and it's there. Roosters with an early lead. Which way does Watson go? Goes to the left. It's with Smith. Smith, lovely pass to Aliti. Out to Tupou. And Tupou scores in the corner. The tricolour's on fire early. It's a back 6 again for the Storm. Munster. Now Hughes. Pappenhausen slips through the defence. And the Storm are on the board to the roar of the crowd. Grant. Liero. Hughes now. Pappenhausen inside the meanie. He throws it inside to Hughes. Great footy from the Melbourne Storm.
Oh, that's beautiful rugby league.
Smith under pressure gets a kick away. And it's taken there by Coates, but he had his little toe in goal. So we'll bring it out for a 7-tackle set. Attack from the 20. Out to Pappenhausen. Is he off and gone? He gets a pass away to Howard. Young is there. He slips away from him. What a try! The Melbourne Storm go the length. Jack Howarth with the 4-pointer.
You know what that is?
Tell
It's
us.
Champagne Rugby League.
Well, too well to hold on here, the Roosters. Hughes. Jerome Hughes has a double. To Munster. Munster looked inside, saw Hughes coming through, puts in a kick. Hughes knocks that on. Or does he? It's with Ball.
That's a knock-on.
He let the play go, Grant Atkins.
Okay, mate.
Just to
We're gonna
see
try.
how it finished.
I got a knock on.
Yeah, as you said, Salty.
I got a knock on off Melbourne. Can we review contact on Harry Grant on the way through?
Nafahu White stops in the line of Harry Grant and takes him out of the contest.
The way. It's a penalty, mate.
He's moving towards the ball.
He doesn't get there in time.
12 away from the line. It's with Tedesco. Now May Roosters. Last play. Keary kicks for what he's hoping is going to be a contest. And there's a knock on. It's been picked up. That'll be a try to back to back. The Roosters. And if it wasn't game on before, it certainly is now. We'll play it on the last. Hughes will kick. Tupou underneath it. That's been knocked back. Oh, hang on. Now they've got it. Fresh set of 6. It's with King. Right place, right time. Grant Hughes, he's on a hat-trick. He gets it. He's at third. Jerome Hughes scores for Melbourne. Grant to Pappy. Ryan Pappenhausen scores for Melbourne, his second try of the game. Grant to Munster. Munster with a dummy! And Cameron Munster sends the Storm into the 2024 NRL Grand Final. 10 away from the line, 30 seconds left. Grant in game 100 goes to Munster, who has a double. Put it down, Ken. He runs to the crowd. What a player. Cameron Munster scores. Wishart converts. Celebrate Melbourne. Your team are into the 2024 NRL Grand Final, and they've done it in fine style.
An excellent game to get Melbourne Storm into the Grand Final, and they will meet this Sunday. Of course, we could see this at the start of the season. They're on the verge of a 4-peat. It's the Panthers coming out on top over the Sharks, 26-6.
It's 80 minutes away to be precise. Dylan Edwards gets us underway. Taken by Kennedy, and back comes Oregon Corfusi.
Luai and Nathan Cleary, if I had to say someone benefited, I'd say them two.
Thanks, Brad. Enjoy it down there. Here's Kennedy. Picked up, drag, gone. Over.
But Nathan Cleary. A bit of Archie.
Wow. Aggro. 21 away. Oh, yo. Scintillating footwork there.
Well,
Is this a trip? Is this a trip penalty?
This will be a sin bin, I think.
He's on report. He just stuck a leg out. View from behind the posts at the northern end of the core stadium. Cleary makes it 2-0.
All lead in a pretty good spot. He was in the zone. Here he goes, 40-20. He's nailed this.
He's absolutely crunched it.
He's
Edwards taps it back. Katoa running after it. Oh, Taruba gets back in spectacular fashion.
Penalty.
It's a penalty to Cronulla.
Who was out of play then? Was it Fisher Harris?
He's in front of the play the ball.
and Moses.
They're being methodical, the Panthers, but they're also being very conservative.
Cleary, third tackle. He's got the angle. He's got the 40-20.
He's got it.
And just when you think you've got them contained, the master breaks it open.
They stop Tunga on the 10, and now Liotta changes direction. He wants to play this quickly. Penrith starting to apply a little pressure here as the rain tumbles strongly. Cleary feeds Alamotti. Oh, he's just sublime. The 40-20 and then the try assist. Luai's hurt.
Jerome Luai, he hasn't moved. Talakai hits him after he passes the ball. That is as cheap as it gets.
The officials don't take kindly to these late tackles. There's no sin bin. It's a report.
Joke.
Well, 52 minutes in, I mean, they usually wait till the 60-minute mark to get both Liotta and Fisher Harris back out there.
Here's a chance. Oh, Taruba, does he go over? Yes. Oh, good second effort from Talakai. Calling defenders over to Cronulla's right. He doesn't think they've got enough out there. It goes to Alamotti. It's Juggle Taruba, sliding try. Sunya Taruba gets over in the corner.
here of Luke Garner. He runs at the outside shoulder of Sifa Talagai, takes him out of the play, denies him any opportunity to defend, which is an obstruction. We have a decision.
Thank you.
And you can see Talakai instigates.
We'll rule it on the outside.
Brayley, spiral pass, Trindle, out the back, it's a chance, it's a flying put down by Kaptola!
Where's the ball finish? Let's watch out for the ball. Try.
Oh, that's too good!
That is incredible.
Yeah, he's been up there for a few minutes now. Cleary, Lindsay Smith now. Backhanded ball, Luai, dangerous this. Cleary now. He's going to kick over the top. He's going to find space. He's executed it brilliantly. Who else? Who else could it be? Cleary for top off. Mitch Kenny. Cleary thought about a kick, or at least gestured to. Edwards again. He's through. There's a backup. It's Nathan. Cleary, Luai, pulled down. Try-saving effort, but the danger hasn't abated yet. Cleary over it to the left-hand side. Alan Motti, they go back to back. That is Premiership stuff from the Panthers. Hines for Kennedy, for Iro. Oh, pulled down.
Who's there? Nathan Cleary's. He's hurt his shoulder. Nathan Cleary's holding the shoulder.
Luai with a dink. Liam Martin just to ice it. The Sharks have seen enough. The Panthers progress. And NRL season 2024 is going to get the grand final it deserves. The first place Melbourne Storm against the second place Penrith Panthers in a fight for the title.
Do you follow rugby league? Are you a passionate rugby league fan? Want to see a rugby league team in Adelaide? If you answered yes to these questions, then we want to hear from you. Here at the Rampage League podcast, we're looking for the next presenter. Someone who will bring their passion and enthusiasm to the Rampage League podcast. Someone who wants a rugby league team back in Adelaide. For more info, send an email to producer Darren at admin@ozsportsonline.com.
Have you thought about promoting your business, event or product on radio? Getting your product, service on radio is easier than you think. Consider sponsoring Adelaide's only dedicated rugby league podcast on Ozsports Radio. In return for your sponsorship, we offer fully voiced and produced sponsorship announcements played during the live recording and broadcast, as well as online promotion if that tickles your fancy as well. For more information, send an email to our marketing team at ozsportsonline.com.
Yes, that's right. We're always looking for new presenters, especially for our next season, as we're losing one of our favourite presenters here on the Rampage League podcast. He's leaving the state due to work commitments and make it a bit hard for him to be here live on the Rampage League podcast. If you love rugby league and that you are very familiar with the game and you want to see a team back in Adelaide, we'd love to hear from you. All you got to do is send me, the producer, Darren Andrews, at admin, ADMIN, at ozsportsonline.com. All right, we've also got another grand final coming up this weekend. It's the females in NRLW, and in the women's game, it was the Sharks with a 14-zip. That's right, folks. It was 14 over the Broncos, not scoring for that match. Let's hear the highlights. Broncos versus the Sharks.
Away we go in the 2024 finals in the NRLW, and tough bounce for Matic, met solidly by Tale Holmes and Tiana Penatani. But they are rolling the Sharks. Johnston again. Ellie. Hit and spin away over. Organisation on the open side. Nua Asala will take some stopping here. And plenty of Sharks underneath.
Held up.
Ellie has come on early. Dodd. Preston. Space here, and the halfback takes them on. Still going Taylor Preston.
That's good work from Quincy Dodd.
Where to now? Tonegado. Oh, great defence again. This time Rapiner got to Anderson. Quick play the ball though. Space on the left. Hanaway. And Brigginshaw, what a read again. But the offload will work. Penatani gets it down. It's going to require further inspection, but it's given a try. And Cronulla score first.
Good to see here on the Harvey Norman replay. Off the back of a quick play the ball, Hanaway gets the footy in her hands and Tale Holmes just breaks through that first tackle. She then drew in another 2 and got the offload to Tiana Penatani.
No injury concerns.
Oh, yeah.
Taka Pautalo again. New South Wales under-19s rep earlier this year. Preston, delay on the pass. Biddle trying to take Hufaga with her. And the upset is on here. Cronulla lead 10-0. Kick to come.
And just made sure that she had it, footy in her hands. Caught a player under. And then Anessa Biddle, she has been absolutely dynamite in defence. Just runs a great line off her halfback.
And then Broughton, the superstar halves for the Broncos.
She's held there.
In front of the uprights, Joseph will play it. Brigginshaw, runners in motion. Tasman Rapiner, what a tackle by Hanaway. Brigginshaw though, over the top, into touch, and they're still scoreless. Nua Asala back on. Sets them up with a rampaging run and quick play the ball for Brill. Oh, defenders turned around. Destiny Brill, capable of finding that try line, is held up again, and Cronulla have done that on multiple occasions.
Yeah, great defence again from the Cronulla Sharks.
Dodd. Broncos defence backing off until that moment. What a hit, Nua Asala on Dimmick. Hanaway, what a pass. Staples, that might seal it. Cronulla, are they on their way to a first NRLW Grand Final?
You can see how threatened the Broncos are of her running game. They stayed nice and jammed. She's been attacking and peppering down that left edge the whole game and just comes up with the perfect pass.
In just their second year, the Cronulla Sharks are into the big one. They knock off the Broncos in Brisbane by 14 points to 0 to book their spot in the Grand Final. What a performance.
Yes, congratulations to the Cronulla Sharks women in their second year making their first grand final. We wish them the best of luck for this weekend. And who will they be matching up with? Well, in the next final, it was the Roosters versus the Knights, and it was the Roosters coming up 25-16.
So at Allianz Stadium, it's the Knights, the two-time defending champs, against the Roosters for the right to face Cronulla in the 2024 Grand Final. And Millie Elliott brings it back against the club she won a Grand Final with. Aiken looking sprightly. Koenig is through and keeps it alive for Bremner. Higgins couldn't take it away one-on-one. Newcastle on the back foot, still getting their line set here. Aiken over the top, and Bridie Parker in the corner. The 6 on her back, playing on the right wing, and the Roosters rewarded for a sensational start here.
A nice ball here, over the top. Saw the rushing defence. Beautiful pass on the outside.
Georgia Roach fires it back to Romanak. And she'll play it on the last here. Higgins back into the 9. Roach, Georgia Roach is through the tackle, beats a couple, and the Englishwoman hits back.
But the lead up was what was most important. See her show and go one-on-one with her opposite half. She does very well here, does Georgia Roach.
Elliott. Almost over the try line, but held up. Davis. And over, is she? Keely Davis for the Roosters gets through Higgins, and the home team lead again.
Davis does really well to squirrel her way around and get over the try line. Does she get it down cleanly? Yeah.
It's a try.
Davis fires it back to Kelleher. Bremner's wrapping around, and that was the target. Sammy Bremner, what a move! The Roosters score, and Sammy Bremner, is she on her way to a grand final here? Coach of Newcastle. Bremner again, big hole. Sammy's got a double! Oh, what a finish to the half! And everyone loves Sammy Bremner. 2 more plays here. Hopewadi trying to bounce through a hole. Ball comes loose and it was stripped out again with 2 in the tackle. Going to make that margin 20 points, and she does so. She's waiting behind Hannah Southwell here. Tamika gets it and is through. Upton, and Bremner makes the try saver. What a game she's playing. And gets involved again. Albert Jones. Kelleher, end over end.
40,
well,
30.
Newcastle have clocked off there. Upton thought it was Gallagher's, but it'll be Roosters' ball again, won't it?
40-10.
Newcastle on the back foot here. Aiken has seen that. Over the top, nails the pass this time. Fressard for the corner. Eventually taken into touch, and Parker and Southwell celebrate.
Amazing toughness playing with that elbow.
Oh, Tinal stops Fressard. The Energizer Bunny going nowhere that time. Here's Upton, opens up the space, and Eva McEwen has her first try in the NRLW. Says, where to next? Back in front of the post. Oh, knocked on. Big hit as well.
First one, Newcastle.
If I could imagine a place not to run, it would be between Millie Elliott and Amber Hall.
Here we go. A little bit of field goal practice for next week. And it's nailed.
How good's that?
Taryn Aiken can do it all. Higgins able to roll off the back of Hannah.
Once again, no support. No support around the dummy half.
Davis gives away the penalty.
On the mark, give it 10. He's 10.
Higgins entitled to the quick tap and scores the consolation try. And there's zero celebration, understandably. In full time here at Allianz, that is a fortress for these Sydney Roosters. They win it 25 points to 16.
And with that win for the Roosters, sends them into the grand final. And they will meet the Sharks this Sunday. Kickoff is at 3:25 Eastern Standard Time, and that's before the men's grand final at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So 2 very, very good grand finals. And I'm going to give you my tips, and my tips only. So you make up your mind, but I think it's a foregone conclusion. I'm going to choose in the men's grand final, I'm going to go Panthers. I think they can do the 4P and get their fourth straight Premiership. In the women's, it's a bit harder. I think I'm going to have to put my money on, if I was to have a bet, I think I'd have to put my money on the Roosters to get it over the Sharks in the women's grand final. You're listening to the Rampage League podcast, produced by Aussport Radio, and we'll be right back.
The NRL season is tough on every player, but the off-season, well, it's toughest on us. The fans, the armchair critics, the loyal supporters. It's 15,276,980. That's how many ticks of the clock the off-season is. It feels like forever. But the start is finally here. A start the whole world will see. Not just the start of something great, it's the start of something unpredictable, unrelenting, unmissable. The start of something unreal.
This is the greatest sport ever invented.
NRL 2024. Let's go.
When kids play rugby league, they're part of something bigger than a team.
Whoa! Cool!
They're part of a community that's safe, fair,
and fun! Play something unreal!
Play AlleyRugbyLeague.com.
It's a game for everyone of every age, whether you're a male or female, a young boy or a young girl. Rugby league's got something for everyone. All right, let's look at some NRLUs, and it's big news if you're a Broncos fan from Queensland. Maguire eyeing instant success after Broncos appointment. Brisbane Broncos have appointed Michael Maguire as the club's NRL head coach.
Great pleasure today to introduce the head coach of the Brisbane Broncos, Michael Maguire. Michael and his wife Joelle flew up last night, came into Brisbane, was in here first thing this morning. So we're delighted to have Michael, Joelle and the entire Maguire family join the Broncos. Michael brings a wealth of experience as a career professional head coach, spanning circa 2 decades now. So we're delighted to have him join us from today. We appreciate these matters have happened quite rapidly, but we understand also that there's quite a significant amount of work that we're looking forward to rolling the sleeves up and supporting Michael on as we build into pre-season planning, which starts in a matter of circa 5-6 weeks, and then of course the season proper coming up at the start of next season. So.
Yes, there you go. Michael Maguire being introduced to the Queensland media there as the new Broncos NRL head coach. Of course, he leaves his job as the coach of the very successful New South Wales Blues, who took out the 2024 State of Origin series this year. And I must say, as a Blues supporter, I was very happy when they took the series, but a bit sad that he won't be coaching the New South Wales Blues anymore. Maguire, who has coached successfully at NRL Super League State of Origin Test level, joins the Broncos on a 3-year contract. He will start with the club immediately ahead of the beginning of the 2025 preseason in November. The 50-year-old has won 303 NRL and Super League games under his belt as a coach at Wigan, South Sydney and at the West Tigers, including leading the Rabbitohs to their first premiership in 43 years in 2014 and Wigan to their first title and Cup Challenge Cup victory in many years. Maguire also coached the New Zealand national team for 18 tests from 2018 to 2023, moving them to first in the world rankings, as well as leading New South Wales to an Origin Series victory earlier this year. As well as his on-field success, Maguire has led successful high-performance culture transformations that involve all stakeholders, especially past players, fans and the business community.
Sports news, and the triumphant Blues coach Michael Maguire has held his first news conference as coach of the Broncos. Josh Bristow was there at Red Hill. Josh, they move fast at the Broncos, don't they?
They certainly do, Kieran. They were coachless for all of 4 days. They moved on Kevy Walters on Thursday night and have announced, as you said, New South Wales Blues coach Michael Maguire as their head coach for the next 3 seasons at least. Now, it's a bit of a redemption story for Michael Maguire. He, of course, broke South's 43-year premiership drought in 2014 before things went south there and he left. He joined the West Tigers. He was let go midway through 2022 when they're on their way to a wooden spoon. But then after that, his stocks have skyrocketed after leading the Kiwis to historic win over the Kangaroos. And of course, painfully for myself, that New South Wales Blues triumph in the State of Origin. But he told the media this morning, through it all, his ultimate goal has never changed, and that is to win another NRL Premiership.
I'm extremely hungry to win another competition. Extremely hungry, like what all organisations aspire. But I just see the opportunities and the ability of what a club like the Broncos can be. You can get pretty close to it.
Josh, thank you very much for that. We'll talk to you soon.
Yes, and time will tell how well he does. Will he bring his brilliance that he showed coaching the New South Wales Blues to the Origin Series win this year? We'll just have to wait until 2025 to see how well he does, and hopefully we'll see the Broncos up there in the finals in 2025. You're listening to the Rampage League podcast, and we're almost at the end of our last live podcast from down here at the BrewBoys Brewery at 151 Regency Road, Croydon Park, if you're in South Australia. And I must say to everyone involved, from Jack to the great chefs and great bar staff, and to all the great locals who I've had a pleasure to talk to throughout the season, and always to our excellent guests and our excellent presenters we've had throughout 2024. We do have one more show, but it won't be live from the BrewBoys, as I'm away next Tuesday, and the BrewBoys are closed on Mondays. We'll be doing a record of our grand finals review, and we'll see who came out on top next Monday. So the podcast will come out probably late Monday night, ready for you to listen on Spotify and all other great podcast platforms. But hopefully we'll be back here at the BrewBoys for 2025 for more live podcasts. But I must thank Jack and the rest of the staff here at the BrewBoys. It's been an absolute pleasure being here this season, and we thank you very, very much. And make sure this is your first stop if you want to try some awesome craft beers and some real yummy food. All right, as I said, my name's Darren. You're listening to the Rampage League podcast, and even though the rugby season is winding down with the 2 grand finals to be played this Sunday, we'll be still doing a lot in the background over the summer break, and we'll still be working hard to talk to the stakeholders about Adelaide getting a rugby league team back here in our backyard. And that's what we all want. We want a rugby league in our backyard here in Adelaide, and you can still be involved. We'll still be having our regular meetings throughout summer. Hopefully we'll be able to catch up with each other too. So if you want to be involved and be on our steering committee, all you got to do is send an email to admin, ADMIN, at ozsports, ozsportsonline.com. So we'd love to hear from you, especially if you've got any business experience and you've got a passion for rugby league and you really want to see a team back in Adelaide. We're all volunteers, and we're doing it because we're passionate rugby league fans and we want to see rugby league back in our backyard. Well, that brings this podcast to an end. It's been an absolute pleasure being with you, either producing or hosting the podcast this season. And as I said, we're really looking forward for 2 more presenters who all they want to do is just talk rugby league, and they're familiar with the NRL and the NRLW, and you live in Adelaide. If you live in Adelaide, then send us an email to the email address I just gave you, admin at ozsportsonline. That's ozsportsonline.com. And I just wanted to wish the 4 teams in the men's and the women's NRL Grand Finals and NRLW Grand Finals this weekend. Good luck to the 4 teams, and hopefully the best team win on the day. My name's Darren, and this has been the Rampage League podcast for this week. Thanks very much. We'll catch you all Monday.
Go the Rams.
Adelaide to bring it out from their own line. And met by some very willing Auckland defence. And pushed back a couple of metres. Kieran Walters just goes from dubbing half to pick up Darren Doherty. 25 metres out from his own line.
As now the Adelaide Rams make their way out onto Marathon Stadium for the first time.